so nice to see such a great group of jerky selling unit leaders. I didn't want to say jerks. I had to phrase that in a kind way, So anyway, sure appreciate you being on the call tonight. My name is McKay Allen. I serve as Development Director for Crossroads of the West Council, and what an honor it is to be with you all. I have with me tonight Jake Bangerter, my coworker, and he's one of our field directors and does an outstanding job in serving you as units. And so our goal tonight is to help orient and train and help you understand the value of jerky sales. And then as well, make sure you feel comfortable and ready to go. Do we have Jay Anderson on the call tonight? I just wanted to double check that real quick. Okay, I didn't see him jump on, so I just wanted to be sure. If you have questions, please feel free to use the chat box, and we'll try to keep a close eye on the chat box throughout the evening. And of course, at the end of the night, what we're going to do is we're going to put you in breakout rooms with your district executive. So we'll give you a chance to do question and answer with your district executive. And we have a couple of our district executives that couldn't make it. So I'll be serving you tonight and making sure your questions are answered and that we're all on the same page. And then as a reminder, please mute your microphones. And that way everyone can hear what's going on. Okay. And there's no background noise. Awesome. I want you to put in the chat box as we're sitting here for a moment. I want you just to think, why are you here? Why are you here for, not just tonight for training? You could put that, but why are you here in general for jerky sales? What's your why behind all of this? So go ahead and put it in the chat box. I want to hear some of your responses. Awesome. We have Paul saying, raise money for scouting activities. Isn't that such a worthy cause? Our scouts do a lot of amazing things, but it does cost money. We want to make sure they have the ability to do it. It's fun. Curtis, isn't that the truth? My little guy, Everett, he's 7 years old and he loves selling product. He thinks it is so great. Fundraising helps build quality units. Absolutely. Thanks for that reminder. It truly does. Your scouts receive have an opportunity to set a goal, talk to adults, do something that's a little maybe out of their comfort zone, and they learn so much while doing it. We need a way to pay for camping and awards. Tori, thanks for saying that. It's so true, and I hope this is a valuable fundraising effort for you. For my little Cub Scout pack, it's been such a valuable thing for so many scouts and parents to have the ability to pay for our camping program and our awards and such. We want a great program. Thanks, Brian. I think and totally 100% believe product sales allows you to have the best possible program. It gives you sufficient funds to have a great program. And tonight we're going to go over some tips on how to have that excellent program. Clinton, to learn more. I hope tonight is beneficial for you. I hope you learn more about the sale, why it's important, and maybe how it can help your unit grow and expand as you go along. Learn if it will work for our troop. For the Provo Canyon School. Thanks for saying that. I hope tonight you feel the excitement, the energy, and the inspiration, but most importantly, the know-how on to be successful in your jerky sales. Raise money for scouts to go to summer camp. Kristen, thanks. That is awesome. Help scouts earn their way. Stuart, thanks for that simple but important reminder. It really is a way for our scouts to earn their scouting experience and do some great things in addition to their hard work. David, learn what our troops should do. I hope tonight we can help at least guide in that direction and then continue to coach and help out. It's a great fundraiser. Thanks to the Keiskers. If you want to know how to do product sales well, reach out to the Keiskers up in Cache Valley. They do an excellent job. So our kids can have fun experiences. Thanks, Brittany. Great reminder. Some of my Order of the Arrow boys want to earn money. What a great thing. There's some great activities and events associated with Order of the Arrow. So Mike, I hope tonight that allows your Order of the Arrow scouts have those experiences. Teaches my kids to provide for themselves. Isn't that the truth? That'll be something that doesn't end the rest of their lives. To sell beef jerky. This is my first year in Boy Scouts and I was asked to help with this. So I want to learn more. Nikki, thanks for being on. I know sometimes it can be a little intimidating. You want me to run the unit campaign and fundraiser and how much money are we supposed to do? We're going to show you some tips and tricks of how that can be successful. Kevin, the Weeblos coming in did not have a chance to raise camp funds with the troop popcorn sales. Kevin, thanks for looking out for those Weeblos that are transitioning over. They need to have a great summer experience, and this can hopefully help provide that financial need. Paul, to learn how to best utilize this fundraiser for the troop and not just for the individual scout. Yeah, there's great opportunity as you work together as a unit committee. You'll find what's the best need for your unit. And I encourage you to work together as unit leaders. So thanks for that reminder, Paul. We'll do a few more here from Rachel to help our scouts pay for Camp Lowell, one of our beautiful scout camps. And I'll tell you, we have amazing scout camps across the board and beautiful camps throughout Crossroads of the West Council. And so I hope all of us have that love for each camp as we go and attend this year. We started a brand new troop, 1896, and we need a good fundraiser that the girls can do to introduce the girls to scouting and how it works. Also, we are looking forward to buying our brand new troop flag. April, so cool. Congratulations on being a new unit. This is such a great and special thing to be a part of. And this will really get you going. This will give you that leg up right off the start to get going. Anna, to help my troop kids successfully raise money for their fees and activities. The kids feel great pride in knowing they contribute to their activities and their troop. Anna, thanks for that reminder. Our kids really want to be confident in what they're doing, and they do feel that pride when they do things well. And then our last one from Julie Knight, to earn money so the special needs scouts in our troop can have an awesome scouting experience. That is so cool, Julie, and what a great thing to have our special needs scouts still have valuable and lifelong scouting experiences. Thanks for sharing that. Thanks for contributing that to that little exercise. I think it's so valuable when we can hear the why, not just for us, but for so many of us as unit leaders as we participate in tonight. What are your biggest fears? I want to share my screen here with you all. So I'm going to jump over and do that real quick. And I want you to pull out your device or your phone, because what you're going to see here is a QR code. So I want you to take your phone and you're going to use your camera to hover. Just go open your camera. You're going to hover right over that QR code, and then you should have a link pop up. Go ahead and click on that link. And I want you to answer some questions. So I know I said the fear first, but there's actually going to be another thing we're going to ask first. And I want to just know a little bit about your scouting or jerky selling experience. So hover over that QR code. Excuse me, my voice going a little out there. And then it'll ask you some questions. I'll leave that QR code up for maybe 10, 15 more seconds. And I want you to just answer that first question.
If I'm on my phone, can I do this QR code later?
Yep, or you could do it later. I believe if you do it right now, it will still, might turn your camera off, but it'll still work. But you can definitely do it later and just participate as everyone else does it.
Can you put the link in the chat?
Yeah. What a brilliant idea. Absolutely. All right, I hope that link works. I get too techie, and want to use the QR code and stuff, but there's a link in the chat, so that's a great idea. All right, we'll keep this up for 5 more seconds, and let's check out our results. You guys ready? Let's see, I want to make sure you see my screen. You are, okay. Drum roll, please. Have you participated in the Council Jerky fundraiser before? 20 of you said yes. Look at that fist pump. 5 of you know, but I've participated in popcorn. That is awesome. And our little guy nibbling on popcorn there. And then 7 of you, nope, this is my first time. That guy's a little bit nervous from the looks of it, but I hope we'll ease those nerves that maybe you're having tonight, and it will be a good experience. All right, we're going to go to our next question, if I can remember how to do that. Here we go. Oh, look at that. I can make it bigger. Sorry. Okay, here we go. Next question is, in 3 words, describe your biggest concerns about the Jerky fundraiser. So if you're still on that link, it should you should be able to enter 3 answers. Describe your biggest concerns about the Jerky fundraiser. Tori, I'm sorry about the link not working there. We'll let you participate and just see what everyone else populates into their answers here. Awesome. We got results starting to come in. We'll let that keep going for a minute here. And April, sorry about the link there. Look at these great responses. I'm going to just start sharing some of them vocally. So everyone, if you're not able to see it, but I want to make sure you hear it. Getting parents to help. Boy, isn't that an important thing? And participation, I see lack of success or parent support, participation. Expensive cost, absolutely. They're definitely a little more than what you'll see at the store. Participation definitely leading the way here is the common word. The weather, can't control that weather, huh? So how can we navigate weather successfully? During COVID, last year when we did the same practice or the same exercise, COVID was easily the #1 response. So it's exciting to see some of the other things that maybe are causing you to pause for concern. The brand, different this year, right? It's not Jack Links anymore. I totally hear that and understand why that might make you concerned. Not being able to secure storefronts, like with the popcorn. Great comment. Delivery, being on time, right? Sometimes we ran into those issues with delivery. Wasting our money, possibly, right? There's a lot of concerns out there. Inventory, keeping track of our inventory, worried, store support, etc. Great comments, and thank you so much for those responses. I'm going to go ahead and close my screen here, or the screen share. And hopefully you can see me now. We're going to meet one more person here. Okay. Awesome. Guys, thank you for participating in that exercise. I hope tonight, as you think about some of those questions that we or those comments that you threw out, I hope tonight we'll be able to help answer most, if not all, of your questions and concerns. And if we don't answer it tonight, don't worry, don't stress. We want to be there for you. So I want you to reach out to your district executive. I want you to reach out to me. Jake here is going to go ahead and type in the chat my contact information, my phone number, my email address. So we're gonna get that typed in here. Again, my name is McKay Allen, and my phone number or my email is mckay.allen@scouting.org. That'll be in the chat. Hopefully it's something you can copy and paste and put in your contact list. And then my phone number is 801-425-9193. Call me, text me, wake me up in the middle of the night, whatever works best for your schedule. That'll work for my schedule. Sound good? I want to make sure your needs are met throughout the campaign. But please feel free to reach out to me. But I also want you to know you have a district executive that is your advocate and friend and someone to help you out as well. And so if you don't know your district executive, tonight you're going to get a chance to meet your district executive and get their contact information and also learn from them. They are experts in our fundraising campaigns. And if they don't know the answer, they'll find out the answer and get back to you. So we want to make sure your needs are met and taken care of. Laura, you started off with a great question tonight. Why did they change companies that supplied the jerky? I'm concerned that we did not sell as well with the unknown brand. Thanks for that question. As we started to ramp up for jerky sales this year, we started last September and planning and moving forward. Jack Links had raised their prices significantly to the point where almost all of your items and product would have been sold $5 to $10 more. And we just felt that wasn't fair to you as a unit and to you as the customer. As well as Bridgeford is not only keeping the prices reasonable, but they've actually deducted their prices as well to really help us out. They've also provided different types of inventory to allow different flavors. And so I hope you'll find that it's a success, because Bridgeford definitely is not as well known as Jack Links. But I think with being able to keep our pricing the same, as well as bringing in a $10 item, you'll find this to be just as successful. We find with our popcorn, Trails End Popcorn is not a name brand of popcorn. I think everyone will tell you that, but it is still just as successful and even more successful than our jerky sales at this point in time. So the brand we are using is Bridgeford Jerky. And so we want to make sure that you know what brand it is, and we'll go over the product and everything here in a little bit. But yeah, great question. So hopefully that helps answer, because it is different and we recognize it's different, and we'll see if it pays off. But we want to make sure we're providing the best possible opportunity for your scouts to be successful. Okay, we're going to go ahead, and tonight we have something special we're going to do. We have a giveaway we are going to do, and we have a lot of camping gear in our stock here. So we're going to give away some fun camping items. And so we have Jake has input on a spin wheel everybody's name that has joined our event tonight. So we're going to do the spin, and we will ship you off some camping gear after this event that you can hopefully use for your group. All right, Jake, go ahead and do the spin. Drum roll. Fingers crossed. I see that, April. I'm fingers crossed. We have Mr. Seal. Mr. Seal, are you on the call tonight?
Yes, I am.
Hey, let's give him a hand. Mr. Seal, if you would do me a favor, and either my phone number or my email address, send me your address, and we'll get some fun items shipped off to you. We have some items such as sleeping bags and tents and whatnot. So we'll get something from our inventory and ship it your way. Congratulations, and thanks for being on the call.
Thank you very much. Where do I get that address?
Just in the chat is my phone number or email address. It's mckay.allen@scouting.org. I'll repaste it in here.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Yep, you bet. There we go. All right, we're going to go ahead and talk about the basics of the campaign. We're going to go ahead and screen share our website, and I'm going to turn the time over to Jake to go over in detail what's on our website here. So give me 1 sec as I screen share, and Jake will take it from there.
All right, and McKay, if you could type in this web page
Yep, you
on the
bet.
chat.
How do I do it?
No, you got the screen share.
There we go.
There it is. All right, this way you can follow along if you need to, everybody. Okay, so Utah Scouts of the North Jerky. It talks about the why. How can jerky fundraising help you? We see this be a great way to get money for summer camp, or even just propel you for other things that you need throughout the year. And then we'll talk about the product, as McKay had mentioned earlier, Bridgeford. So they carry the Sweet Baby Ray's flavors. And if we click on the sales guide here, it will show you the products in the picture form. So what we have here is the 4-ounce beef snack bites. We'll sell those at $10. 2.5% peppered beef jerky and 2.8 ounce honey barbecue beef jerky. Those were for $15. And then the big bags, the 10-ounce family size original beef and sweet teriyaki at $25. These were our price points last year as well in terms of the jerky itself. We were grateful to be able to get a good price point, enough to be able to keep the prices down. We were worried we'd have to jump that to $30 because the price of jerky has gone up. But working directly with one of the owners of Bridgeford, we were able to get that down. We also got feedback last year that maybe having 2 different sizes of original or teriyaki wasn't so helpful. So that's why we have just limited that to 1, either the big bag or the small bag. So there's a little bit of variety and not just the same product, but in different sizes.
And we also found last year, the 2 most popular items by far were original and teriyaki. So we made that the most expensive item to give the most profit possible back to your unit. We hope that's a successful thing. But as we talk to Bridgeford and as we analyze the results from last year, we think this will drive the most dollars back to your unit bank account.
Okay. All right. Can I go back to that page?
Yep.
Okay. We did put a button here for submitting your unit jerky order. We'll go ahead and click that button. The orders are due by February 25th. You'll notice that here. We have a tool we'll show you a bit later through this little run through about how to calculate, how much of each item you should probably order. So you put all the stuff that has the red star, you'll need to put all that information in for us. That would be great. One important feature here is we're allowing you to pick which place to have it shipped to, either the Orem store or here in Ogden, we have the Wadman Corporation.
Now, real quick, a note on the shipment. Don't feel like, oh man, I'm all the way in St. George. I can't make it up to the Orem Scout office, in a quick trip turnaround. That's why your district executive is there. So for units that are a little further out from these central areas, so if you're not really along the Wasatch Front, so Cache Valley, Wyoming, St. George, Cedar City, Moab, wherever it might be, Vernal, work with your district executive and they'll coordinate with you on getting the product to you. That's our commitment to you, and we'll coordinate that effort and make sure you get that to go.
Okay. We have a couple of great questions that I want to address real fast in the chat. Sorry, I had to go up a hair. If we don't order enough initially, can we get more?
Want to take that one?
Yeah.
So as you have product, if you don't order enough initially, unfortunately, we will not be doing a second order, but we'll have units that might not get everything as organized right off the bat as they hope. And so as units maybe are struggling throughout the campaign to get their inventory sold, we'll be hopefully working closely with every unit leader to make sure if they do have excess inventory, we can transfer that to units that are selling and doing well. So absolutely.
Okay, and then to answer the question about the price points, yes, it is higher. What you're really selling isn't the jerky. You're selling summer camp. You're selling the youth making the pitch. And that's really what drives this and what works. And it works well for Cub Scouts. It works for Scouts. We've seen this in the past now for 3 other camp seasons with the jerky sale, and it has worked just fine. People are willing to pay because they know what it's going towards. Walmart is pretty much as cheap as it can get in terms of jerky. And we understand that. We know what their price points are. But for us to be able to help the units make the profit margins they need, this is why we have the price points that they are. And it worked just fine last year with those price points.
Yeah, and it's a fair question too, because how do you convince someone to buy jerky that's, whoa, so expensive? The reality is you're not trying to convince them. You're selling them on your scouting experience. Too often we look at fundraisers as cheap as possible, so anyone and everyone will buy. I promise you, 90% of those same people will buy no matter the price because they want to support you. They want to support your scout. So I want you to practice a phrase with me. While you're on mute, I want you to say, hi, my name is, and say your name. My name is McKay. And would you be willing to support my scouting adventure? I'm selling jerky, right? My name is McKay. Would you be willing to support me going to summer camp? I'm selling jerky. My little 7-year-old, he sells jerky like crazy. He does about $1,000 in sales every single year. And that's his approach. He says that very thing, and people usually say, well, what are you selling? And he'll walk them to the table and show them what we have, or pull the wagon forward and show them what we have. But I want you to practice that phrase with your scouts. When you have your kickoff, I line up all my scouts and they all practice that right in front of mom and dad and all the unit leaders, because then they get those jitters out of their system. And so as you work with your scouts to sell scouting, you'll sell jerky just fine. But if you try to sell jerky, you won't sell that much. Sell scouting, not jerky.
Okay, thank you. Then the next question somebody put on there was about commissions. So we're getting to that next. So here's the prizes and incentives, as well as the commissions. So we, as the council, are trying to give you the most bang for your buck. We take on all the risk, and but we also understand the units doing the selling. So we're trying to give you as much as possible. You already get a 33% base commission, and then you can get an additional up to 6% if you're going to a council camp and you sell at least 5,000 worth of jerky. You get an extra 6%. Or if you sell less than that, you'll get 4% towards camp. Or if you're not going to camp, you'll get at least 2% more towards, was it Amazon gift cards?
Yep.
And if you sell over 5,000, you get 4% towards that.
So look here on the prizes and incentives. Units can choose one of the following 2 options. Option number 1, 2% or 4% of sales can be used towards prizes, which is an Amazon gift card. So we'll send you an Amazon gift card based on the amount sold, and that will dictate your prizes. Or the other option, 4% or 6% of unit sales can be credited to attend a council summer camp this year. So in order to receive the higher percentage, units must sell over $5,000 worth of product. So right off the bat, you are all guaranteed either 2% of prizes or 4% of camp credit. And so hopefully this allows an incentive to excite your scouts for whatever they're driven by. We find our Cub Scouts are really driven towards prizes, and that troops are more driven towards summer camp, but not always the case. And then there was a question earlier on the commission, how much goes to the unit, how much to the Bridgeford, and then to the council. So right off the bat, 33% goes to Bridgeford Jerky. Sorry, I'm looking right here under commissions. 33% goes to Bridgeford Jerky, and then at least 33% is going to the unit. And in addition to that are the commissions listed above. So then the council receives the remaining, which is anywhere from, I believe, 29% to 34% based on how much your unit sells. Excuse me, 30% based on how much your unit sells. So really, we want to make sure the most opportunity of funds goes to your unit, and that you find that successful.
And this other question here, if they order online, so we can do that in the popcorn sale, but we don't have that ability on the jerky side, because we kind of have to do this all ourselves. With the popcorn, we have a different vendor that can allow for that, but we can't do that here.
Provo Canyon School District, or Provo Canyon School, thanks for the great question. Does the percent go to the scout or the troop? That's for you as a unit committee to decide, but I encourage you to make sure you're all aligned on the same page and agree to whatever your decision is. Some units will say 100% of that goes to the scout. Other units might say, 50% of what we bring in goes to our scout, and the other 50% to the unit to help with awards and such. So that's really up to you to determine, but your district executive can definitely help you and walk you through on some options there.
Okay, all right, we're going to move on down here a little bit. The storefront selling. Also, if you haven't registered officially on the RSVP, that could be helpful for us, because we can put you onto the Jerky newsletter with the email that you provide there. So click on that button. It's a little bit below here.
Yeah, all the way at the bottom of this link.
No, yeah, the very bottom. Here it is. It's not a button.
So yeah, if you'd like to be included on our mass emails and messaging, go and fill your information out here, and we'll make sure you get the information you need concerning jerky throughout the campaign.
Okay, there's another question to answer.
Okay, scroll up a little.
Yeah.
Our new troop is approved, but not yet chartered. That will be done as soon as, if we are not complete by February 25th, do we miss out? April, great question. You will not miss out. We want to make sure you have the opportunity to sell. So still move forward as normal, but be in communication with us, because we want to make sure everything's moving forward as planned. And but we don't want you to miss out on this valuable time to raise money as a new unit. Paul, so if we raise greater than $5,000, the unit can go from 33% plus the 4. Yeah, so if you raise more than $5,000, it's either 4% on prizes or 6% on camp credit. So, yep, you're spot on there. And do we need to pay for it up front? Rochelle, thanks for the great question. I hope this is an exciting answer. No, you don't need to pay for anything up front. That's hopefully the beauty of this. We want zero risk to be applied to you as the unit. So that means you don't pay us until the campaign is totally done. You can turn product back in at the towards the end of the campaign, and we'll get you the dates, because things do need to be turned in on time. And if they are turned in on time, there is zero risk to you as a unit. And so once everything is in your bank account and everything that needs to be turned in is turned in, then that's when we'll settle and make sure everything's done accordingly. So payment won't be due until the very last thing of this campaign, and hopefully that provides some stability to you as a unit. We don't want to have you lose money. We want you to be successful.
All right, so on storefront sales, as you are able to secure a location for selling, I want you to use this form. I'm clicking it now. Now the internet decided to be slow. All right. And you'll put your information in here. What this provides us is a way for us to make sure we don't double book any units at a place. That has happened in the past. We're just trying to make sure that first come, first serve on this. You get the locations you want, and then we get them auto-populated into a spreadsheet, which you can view on another part of the Jerky page right
Just at the bottom.
here, view storefront availability.
So go ahead and click there. And you'll see that some units have gone in and solidified storefronts already. So we encourage you to start now in solidifying storefronts. Please be mindful of other units as you go through with this and make sure everyone has a chance to solidify storefronts. But the sooner you can do this, the better. But this will allow you to see the schedules and make sure you don't have conflict. Now, how do you go about scheduling a storefront sale? You need to go into the store and talk to the store manager or give them a call and ask to talk to the store manager. Some stores will be very willing and say yes right away, and others might have a little bit of a hesitation. And so share the experience of why you're doing this and help them understand why this is important, and that'll help you. A question came in on the council having square readers. We do not have square readers available, but I encourage you to take a look on Amazon. They're very cheap. I want to say $5 or so, $5 to $10, but you'll want a square reader for card sales. If that's something you wanted to do. My unit, we do cash and Venmo. We've set up a unit Venmo account, and that works just great for us. We maybe have 1 or 2 people that can't buy because of not having a credit card, but it's very few. Venmo seems to do the trick for us. Next question, is there an online tracking system for each individual scout order, or do they keep track themselves? Yeah, this one is a little different than popcorn sales. I wish we had the great tools that Popcorn provides with app tracking and such. Unfortunately, we don't have that with Bridgeford or Jack Links like we had in the past. They did not provide this either. And so you want to become an expert with your spreadsheets and checking out product to scouts and making sure you know the inventory and essentially treat that product like money. So if they take 6 bags of the $15 item, 6 times 15, I'm not quick enough. What is that? 90. That's going to be $90 of cash essentially in their hands. So essentially you're getting product back or cash back, but you want to just track that carefully.
Okay. One more question here that we're going to actually get to in just a second, Eric. So on the sale dates, we'll cover that here in just a second. So as you have today's date here, then the Jerky orders are due again February 25th. And then you can click here as well. We put the button in 2 different places so you can't miss it. Then on Friday, March 25th, at least that's at the latest, we'll get the Jerky out to units. We're hoping to make them a little earlier, but that's our end all date. So we'll let you know if that changes.
And the reason for the large gap, I mean, that's what, 1 month from the time you order your Jerky. With so many shipping delays and such, we thought, let's give ourselves 4 weeks for the best possible outcome and making sure we get the Jerky on time and in your hands when you're expecting it. So that's hopefully something that'll help, but we'll keep you in the loop every step of the way. Let's see, we had some more questions.
Yeah, quite a few.
Let's just scroll up, make sure we got them.
So it starts with one above.
Does Venmo charge you a percentage since you set it up as a unit account? They do not. So great question. So what we've done, Julie, is we actually do that to each individual parent because we check out the product. So they Venmo my personal account, then I Venmo it to our accountant with the unit account. And so that's how we've done it. And I don't believe there's any charges that I'm aware of. Richfield Walmart told us that the BSA is not approved by corporate to sell in front of the store. How is it that units are getting in front of Walmarts up north? Really, it's going to depend on the manager, unfortunately. So I would encourage you to reach out to maybe friends, neighbors, see if you have any connection to the local Walmart, and they might be able to talk to the store manager and help let them see in a different way. I do also know that as you go into Walmarts, there is a form you can fill out to sell in front of Walmarts. But again, it does depend on the Walmart itself. But if any of our units that have had success in securing Walmarts for storefronts want to share, we'd be happy to hear your thoughts on this call or in the district breakouts.
Okay, and then Dave asked, we have a relationship with a store. How do we sign up, or do we sign up through the website? So you make the contact first with the store, then you put in that you've secured that location. What you want to do before you go to the store is just make sure that that date and time isn't taken from that location. But once you have it secured, then you can go ahead and put that in on the website, and then that way you're logged in and ready to go. So the next unit won't double book it.
Yeah, please don't submit anything as a secured storefront until you've confirmed that with the store manager or the store itself to actually sell there. We want to make sure that's a clean sheet as possible. Melissa commented that neighborhood Walmarts are more willing, more so than the super Walmart. So there you go. Neighborhoods might be the best approach. We find Smith's to still be very willing. We don't have the actual letter from Smith's. That's only during popcorn sales, but they seem to be very willing because of the great job our units do with popcorn sales. They're respectful towards the store, the management, the staff, and leave it in a good place. So that's definitely an option. Little mom and pop stores seem to also be very willing to help support.
Okay, back to this. Storefront sales begin March 26th. We're trying to steer clear of Girl Scout cookie sales, so we start the week after they're done. Then our sale ends mid-May. And then to answer Eric's question from earlier, product due, only complete jerky cases will be accepted for return, not individual bags from that. So you'll want to keep cases intact. If you're looking to return stuff, if you think you're not going to be able to get through it all, it might be good to keep a couple of cases intact because you'll need to sell the loose bags.
Yeah. Now I will say, with that, if you have, if you distribute your jerky out to several scouts, but they can bring back product that fulfills a case appropriately with the exact items, that's appropriate as well. That's just fine. We can sell that back up and be okay there.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's why we actually worded it with complete jerky cases and not unopened jerky cases, just kind of as a point of clarification. And then again, to the point of not paying for the jerky early, but we do want payment to be able to come in before summer camp, because we're going to try to give you credit towards camp, for example, if you're taking that. So payment, getting you that in is crucial. We would very much like to stay on this timeline to get that in by May 23rd.
I want you to just look at this last bullet point. Units will forfeit prizes and camp credit if payment is not made by Monday, May 23rd. At the very least, be in communication with us. If it's something where, hey, I've shipped it in the mail, it probably won't get there till the 24th. Great. We totally get that. We're nice guys. We want to be flexible and help you out as much as possible. But yeah, that's a great question or great thing we want to make sure is clear up front to please make your payment on time so we can give you the camp credit and such that you deserve.
And then another question to answer, is there a current list of what stores each group is signed up for? Yes, so that's where you sign, okay, highlight that again. View storefront availability, the one about that, yep, right there. That's where you'll go to check to see if somebody else has signed up already before you go out and secure yours. Okay, and then we wanted to direct you to the,
yeah, we'll go through each of these here.
Okay, let's go through the jerky projection sheet. This is the one that's gonna help us to know what to order based on the amounts that you want to sell, how many youth you have selling.
And this is just an Excel spreadsheet. So if you click on the download over here, it'll open up this spreadsheet for you.
You may have to
we'll pull it over.
Share. Okay, I think you may have to unshare and then share again.
Screen.
Oh, okay, cool, great.
Can we take this one?
Yep, go ahead.
Okay, so really, we hope this walks you through exactly of what should you sell and how much should you order for your unit. If you're a first-time selling unit, maybe feeling a little cautious and boy, what's a reasonable amount? We recommend you start at $1,500 just to get your feet wet and see if it is successful. We don't want you to feel overwhelmed and overdoing it right off the bat. And so what you'll do is the cells highlighted in green is what you'll want to use to adjust your order. So you can make this 4 if you wanted to just sell that item. But this hopefully gives you a projection of having 7 cases in total and what you'd get. So your base commission of 33%, you get $495. With the prize amount at 2%, you get 30. At the camp credit is 4%, you get $60 more, being a grand total of $585. Remember, you don't get the extra percentage for camp or prizes unless you sell $5,000 or higher. Let's say you're a first-time selling unit with less than 15 scouts, but you're not feeling conservative. You want to give it a good go and see what you get. This is the one you want to take a look at, which we'll put just under $1,200 in your bank account in the end, which is pretty exciting. That's a great place to start. $5,000 club, which includes the extra incentives. This will put $22,193 in your bank account to go to, I guess I say bank account, but really $1,683 in your bank account, and then the extra incentive as a credit. Just admitting some people.
We have a question here. That's a good question.
Okay. Oops. Do the bonus money have to be used for council summer camp this year, or can it be for 2023? Ideally, we're using it for this year, but Paul, if there's a situation where you want to bounce it to 2023, let's talk, and we can help you out there. So yeah, if you have questions like that, we'll want to make sure you're taken care of. Okay, then it goes on $8,000 club, $10,000 club, $12,500, $15,000. Guys, we have units that sell in this range. So it's not, I know the price seems high, but guess what? It's doable. You can absolutely do it. Is it question in the box from Anna Marie? Is it prize and camp credit, or is it prize alone or camp credit? It's one or the other. And now that you say that, I got to double check my formula. I did it wrong here, so thank you. I'll go fix this on the spreadsheet because I added incorrectly what's going into your bank account at the end. I did both prize and camp. So my apologies for that. I'll get that fixed and re-upload this document tonight. So take a look at that after the call a little bit later. But hopefully this tool helps you out, guys. We want to make sure it is a tool that you'll be able to utilize to help you with your order, and make sure you're falling in line with what you feel is most comfortable. Some other items to look at. We have a flyer of the jerky items. If your scouts want to post this on social media, send an email blast out to family and friends. This just gives a picture of the items and the sell price and what it is. So hopefully that's helpful. Something simple, but nice and clean for you.
Okay, then we got the sales guide, which is another, just a little snapshot. I think it's a one-page front and back that kind of goes over all the stuff we're talking about in terms of commissions and what we have. Scroll down to the next page, and there's the second page there. It has the timeline again. So this is a good place where you can, print these off. You can give it to parents. You can give it to anybody that you might need to, and you can also give it to them electronically as well. It's got the links. All the links we checked, they all work. So you can also get to the same places using the Jerky sales guide.
And Paul was just verifying that it's both or one or the other on the commission. Units can choose one of the following two options. So I'll get that fixed on the spreadsheet. But again, it's either prizes or camp credit. So just to make sure we're all on the same page there. Okay. Unit Kickoff. This is a tool that we've pulled best practices from units across the country as they've done unit kickoffs. This is a great time to let your scouts figure things out and really try their best to get out all the struggles that come with this. And then the last item is your unit product sales calculator. On this, we've provided for you what it costs for your unit to support your scouting activities. So this is a great chance to put in your number of scouts and unit leaders, and then as well what activities you have throughout the year. And as you go through month by month, then this will project out your recharter fees as well, advancement recognition, and so on and so forth. And then hopefully help you see, okay, here's how much we need to raise to support our scouting activities each year. This is a great tool to utilize to walk through with your district executive to help you see what really fundraising is needed to provide your scouting experience for your scouts each year. And again, at the bottom of the page is the registration form. Okay. Let's see here. We're going to jump off the screen share.
Is it time for another spin the?
I believe it is another time for a giveaway.
Awesome.
Let's you do this one. I'm going to create the breakers.
Okay. All right, we're spinning. And okay, Tarek with a Q, are you on?
Tark, are you on the call tonight?
All right, we'll spin you. Oh, he is on.
No, I was gonna say, it looks like he had to sign off.
Oh, of course. All right, no worries. We'll spin again. Next year, Tark, we got you. All right, it is spinning right now.
Kelsey, Troop 1389.
I'm here.
Hey,
Awesome.
Kelsey, congrats. Let's give her a hand. Woo!
Okay, so again, for her, she need to text or email you.
Yep, Kelsey, if you can text or email me, mckay.allen@scouting.org.
I'll
Okay.
do that.
Thank you so much, Kelsey, and congratulations.
Okay,
You want to
so
go over the final items here real quick?
yeah, no problem. So we're going to be doing newsletters. We did this last year, and it seemed to help a little bit. Just kind of reminding some deadlines and other things, and some successes that were happening. And we're also looking to provide a leaderboard, a weekly leaderboard. So we would like you to submit your weekly sales. That would help us get to know where we are in terms of each unit, but also who are the leaders of the sales. Because sometimes it's nice to see, some of the successes. Who are the kind of units that are going to get to 5 and 10,000, in the first few weeks.
And there's a lot of information tonight. We recognize that. So don't get overwhelmed by it. We want to make this as easy as possible. So these newsletters will simply point out what things to focus on over the next week or 10 days or 14 days. And so don't get stressed out by how much there is to do. Really look for these newsletters. Again, if you want to be added to the newsletter and make sure you're on that list, or you have other leaders that want to be added, just go to the bottom of that Jerky web page and type in your information at the bottom there.
Okay. And then work closely with your district executive. So I cover the Weber Rapids area. And if you're not a part of that one, then you know who your DE is. You want to work closely with them. If you do need extra help other than that, then McKay is a great resource, and he's given you the contact info there.
Awesome. What we're going to go ahead and do now, you can just make sure we're not having more questions. I think we've answered everybody's. For the $5,000 sales benefits, is that total or just our units? For the unit
So
profits.
it's the gross amount of sales.
Thank you. All right. So what's the net versus the gross? So 5,000, that would be gross sales. To qualify for that $5,000 mark, that's gross 5,000, not just the unit profit. Great question.